Y'all don't know how many times I've tried to film this intro, but what's up? My name is Ren. I'm an artist. Welcome back to the studio. In today's video, I really want to talk about how to organize your home art studio in a way that's both visually inspiring and functional. Because if you're a busy artist like me, when you step into your art space, you just want it to work for you. So in today's video, I really want to talk about organizing your home art studio to really support your inner artist and your creative practice. If that's something that sounds good to you, definitely stick around. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I love to create from a real centered and emotional space in my art practice. It's really a feeling for me. And with organizing my home art studio, it's no different. So before you go out and buy anything, a single art supply, a single thing for organization, really sit down, pause, and ask yourself, how do I want to feel in my studio space? Because what this does, it changes your brain to think a little bit less about the functionality, although this is a video about how to organize your home art studio. But you also want to think about your creative practice, because this is really creating a space. It's really about creating a space that supports your inner artist and your creative process. So how do you want to feel when you step into your art space, right? Think about a few words. If you want to invoke a feeling of serenity and of calm, maybe you want to have minimal supplies and focus on a minimal palette, focus on calm colors, and having things around you to support that feeling of calm and serenity. Because I truly believe the feeling that you invoke into your creative process, into your art practice, it shows in the artwork. I know a lot of people don't talk about feelings in regards to their home art studio space or organizing their home art studio space. It's really more about function. But I think mostly everything in life starts from a feeling. So think about how you want to feel when you step into your home art studio space. Let's talk about the functionality to really support that feeling on a day-to-day basis. One of the most powerful tools for this is an idea called first order retrievability. So I know this sounds a bit technical, but first order retrievability is the idea that your most used art supplies, your most used art materials and tools should be accessible to you without having to sift through other things to get to it. So what this means basically, I don't know if you see behind me, I have my IKEA Alex drawers, which I use to store a lot of art supplies. But what I started to do with first order retrievability is to take out my art supplies that I use most often, the things that I found myself reaching for, like most of the time on a day-to-day basis, like my pens, my pencils, my paintbrushes, anything that I wanted to have visually accessible to me. I started to take those things out and sort of decant them into containers to have them readily available to me when I was ready to sit down and create, right? So another way that I've been doing this most recently, which I'm just so excited about, is on my most recent trip to IKEA, I picked up this Flonsa cork board and also some linen fabric. And I have been wrapping the fabric around the corkboard, like covering the corkboard in fabric. I picked up some binder clips from Amazon and some push pins, and I've been using the vertical space on my wall with the corkboard to organize my paints visually, and this has been such a game changer for me. All right, so I just wanted to pause the video here to show you guys how I've been wrapping the corkboard that I picked up from IKEA, the Flonsa corkboard, and some fabric that is also from IKEA. If you guys hear some noise outside, there's some work being done outside. They're actually cutting down some trees close by, which is kind of hurting my heart, but that's okay. So yeah, let's get to wrapping the corkboard. So you're just going to need the corkboard, your fabric, and I have just a regular office stapler that you can swing wide open. This corkboard comes with some black push pins, and and some mounting hardware, which is basically 2 screws, which I hope I didn't lose the other one. No, I didn't. 2 screws and this mounting hardware. Of course, you're going to need some scissors to cut your fabric to size. I also have some push pins and some binder clips that we're going to use to mount our paint to the cork board. All right, so let's get into it. So when I think about the idea of first order retrievability, I'm thinking about creating more ease in my practice, because being an artist or a creative person, it naturally comes with a lot of resistance anyway. And my goal is always to decrease the resistance between me and my art. So using first order retrievability to be able to access my art supplies with more ease, it just helps to decrease the friction. And actually seeing my art supplies helps me to want to create more, want to make more stuff. And it also helps me to stop buying doubles, because I can see everything that I have. So for example, I've bought doubles of some paints like this lilac gouache and this apricot gouache, and also a lot of other colors, because I used to keep my paints locked away in my Alex drawers in bins, and I was also always sifting through looking for colors. And if I wasn't able to find it, I would think that I didn't have it, so I would just go out and purchase some more. So we don't want to do that. So this definitely is not going to be perfect. We're just going to stretch the fabric as tight as we can and basically just start stapling. I mean, I know you can buy wrapped cork boards or linen cork boards, but I love to make everything a project. It just makes everything more fun for me. And I like making things. I like making my art studio personal to me. It always just increases the fun factor for me. Maybe you're thinking, what could be so fun about stapling fabric onto a board? I don't really know. Like I said, it's the feeling. It's the feeling. It's the feeling that I get from knowing that I made something myself, basically. It's a satisfaction in that. I want to be careful not to staple down too far, because these are the mounting holes right here to mount the hardware. Let's actually do that now. All right, girl, did you bring a screwdriver? OMG. I brought one. Oh, hold on, guys. I gotta go get it. All right, here we go. This is what we got going on. This is our fabric covered corkboard. So what I like to do is to just line up the paints and see how many I can fit. This is 5, maybe about 14 or 15 can fit across the top. I kind of just eyeballed it. When I'm doing this kind of stuff, I like to move fast. All right. So we're gonna figure out where on the wall we're gonna mount it, and I'm gonna check back in with you guys in a minute. All right, so we're about to mount the board that we just made together, and I'm taking you over here in this little dark corner of my studio so you can see where I'm gonna mount the board. So I already have these two boards that I mounted horizontally, but I don't want to mount this third board horizontally because I either have to mount it above, which I'm not going to do that because I'm short and I'm not going to be able to reach anything, or I can mount it below, like right below it. But I like to lean artwork on the floor, like right behind me. I like to lean it on the wall, I should say. And I'm always moving stuff around anyway, so I think that I'd be knocking all the paints off. So I'm going to instead, I'm going to mount it. It's like I can't figure out my hands in space when I'm holding the camera like this. I'm gonna mount it vertically, basically, is what I'm saying. But I gotta move this gold thing, which is a candle holder. So yeah, I'm gonna mount this real quick and I'm gonna be right back.